I was just kind of sitting here thinking a little bit, and I was just sitting here wondering why people accept being so small. They accept being so powerless. I don't get that. Because in my world, I live in a world of constant expansion, constant growth. And it's like, it's funny because there's this complex that people have. People still have a slave master complex. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about everyone that lives in this quote, quote, modern society. Let me break it down to you like this. And I'm sure I've done this before and I'll do it again. If I just say, yo, I'm just a young boy out here just trying to make it. Okay, he's just trying to make it. He's trying to just do good for himself. Good job. Okay, no questions. I call myself a man. I say, yeah, I'm a man. Okay, and then we already get some pushback on that due to certain groups of people. You're not no man. You're a 27-year-old. You don't know nothing about life yet. You're not a man. Okay, whatever. I call myself a king. That's when you really start to lose people because we get back to that mentality. Who do you think you are calling yourself a king? Who do you think you are? You don't have any rulership authority over me. I don't. That's not my intention when I call myself a king. I have ruler and authority over myself. I have rulership and authority over myself. I'm not worried about you. But the fact that you're so interested in what I call myself shows how much of a limited mindset that you have. I'm going to keep on doing me, but you stay on down there if you want to. Then you lose everybody when you go on to that next level and say, I'm a god. I am divine. I am a creator. That's when you lose people. Because oh gosh, no, you're not God. You're not this. Okay. Once again, I'm not looking down on you. See, that's your mindset. You worry about someone looking down on somebody, looking down. I'm only looking up. I'm in the world of constant expansion and growth. I'm going up. I am rising and rising and rising. And when I take a pit stop on my journey, I just sit back and relax for a bit. I look around and notice how alone I am. And I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this. I look around and I'm like, why is no one like me? Why does no one have this mindset? Why is everyone just okay with being down there with the rest of the sheep? It's that we counting sheep. Some of those sheep jump out of the corral. That's what we were taught. Count sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, like some Count Dracula, type of stuff from Sesame Street. Some sheep stay in the corral and they judge those sheep that jump out of the corral. Then when you go about your own business, you go, oh, I'm not a sheep. I'm something else. When I'm alone and I'm away from all these low-level thinking people, I can grow. And I could do something different. I could be a person. Whoa. Not only could be a person, I could be a confident person. Whoa. Not only can I be a confident person, I could be a leader. A leader of multiple, like many people, a leader of armies, a leader of collectives, or a leader of myself. Whoa. Wait, what? There's more? I can be a creator? I can claim that? That's mine? That's been waiting for me this entire time? Wait, so why was I in this gate? Why was I stuck with all... It was a trap to keep me from finding all of... Oh, I get it. And then the person that's running the corral, see, look at him. He's alone. He's strange. He's a weirdo. He didn't go with the norms. He didn't just sit here and eat the food that we put into your bales. So look at him, laugh at him, ha 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 ha, because they'll do everything that they're told to do. So they'll look at people like us, the leaders, the divines, all the above and all the et ceteras, and tell them to look at us and laugh. So it makes us question ourselves. But when you ignore them, you say, hey, y'all find that funny. I don't even find that funny. Some people find Dave Chappelle hilarious. Some people find Dave Chappelle not so hilarious. I don't find y'all's jokes funny. I find y'all's jokes to be high level for you to be pointing and laughing. Y'all stay over there and be like walking around each other's shit. I'll be over here. There are 3 things that, of course, there's many, many more. But there's a few things I could think of why this mentality is so prevalent. It's because we've given up our power slowly and in increments, so little that it doesn't feel like you're giving your power away. But if you go from way back when to now, you'd be like, wait, what happened? Small incremental changes. Silence, obedience, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, convenience. Silence, obedience, and convenience have been the small incremental changes that have been slowly but surely giving our power away more and more and more and more. Let's start off very simple with it. Silence. You know someone is stealing company funds. I like to watch King of the Hill. King of the Hill is one of my favorite shows of all time. And there's a character in it, Buck Strickland, who has like a gambling problem, an alcohol problem, a sex problem, but he always spends company money to indulge his vices. Now, you know what's going on, but no one's going to bring this up. You're not going to say this, and you're going to keep working for this institution. Oh, okay. That makes no sense. You see something is going on, open your fucking mouth and say something. You feel me? Now, I understand you got to play your cards right. You got to attack it when the time is opportune. But some of y'all be like, I'm just waiting for the right moment. Oh, I can't wait. If they ever say this to me, I'm going to, that's still silence. And I can't lie, I'm still a part of that system as well. Because that's that silence and that obedience. Because when we just skip a few levels up, when you speak on certain topics, they silence you. I had a video taken off YouTube talking about David 91. If you catch my David 91, it's like that's the type of stuff that how I know that they not only will you be silenced so much that you'll just choose to silence, but then if you get too rambunctious, if you get too loud with it, the powers that be, will silence you. And when they silence you, either by taking your video down, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I saw him get punished, so I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna shut you up, and that doesn't make you want to speak up even more? Imagine in real life, you're saying something, someone just walks up to you and puts their hand over your mouth. How would you react? Would you just sit there back? Oh, he wants me to be quiet now, so I will be quiet. No, you gonna get your fucking hand off of me. What are you doing? Put your hand on me like that. But that's exactly what they're doing, because this convenience aspect. We have people's identities being formed by the palm of their hands, by this phone. We can now tell the masses, we can now spread worldwide messages to everybody from their phones. Involuntary phone updates. Your phone just randomly updates. I didn't want this update. I didn't want things to change on my phone that I paid for. But then we're in this point too where we pay for phones, and if you don't pay that phone bill, you just have a regular old school iPod that has some apps. You got games on your phone? Like, that's pretty much what all this is. If you don't pay that $100 a month, that $1,200 to be allowed to text and talk. Think about that. We now have to pay money to communicate with people because it's a phone service. But then if you go out here and make something, they're gonna either try to buy you out so they can take your invention that will help the world and shelve it so no one can have it, or they'll get rid of you. They'll silence you, right? I'm not sure if y'all seen this, but there was like a video of a dude, like an African dude that made like a flat screen TV that ran off of radio waves. A flat screen TV that you didn't need to plug into the wall. If that were to get out and become mainstream, that would mess up the electrical company's money. So this guy comes out, and then a few months later, he just so happens to be poisoned. There was a dude that made the water engine. You can, I forgot how far they said they can go, but you can go pretty freaking far on one tank of gas, well, tank of water. You can go mad far with it. And one of his dying words was, "They poisoned me." He was drinking a glass of water or something, and like he started to have a heart attack. And those were his words, because your intuition is very strong in your last moments. You see your life flash before your eyes, and those are your last words. They poisoned me. You know the truth. That's when you're the closest to quite literally the light. And he said they poisoned me. Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, people have been going back and forth on the name, but nevertheless, it's like, what happened to him? Not predecessor, but his student, we'll just go with that word, Yaki. Yaki Awaken. Please go check out his channel if you want to get some real high-level health knowledge. He talked about how they tried to kill him multiple times. They cut his brake lines and all this type of stuff. Brake lines don't just break like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you're speaking the same image and you're walking in the same footsteps as your teachers, that you're going to go through similar experiences as them. But when we are out here, the lone wolves out here, not the sheep, but you know what I'm saying, for the sake of the old example, the ones that went out here and thought to be different and go out here and do different things, it's like we sound crazy. We sound, oh, that's just because you didn't take your car to the shop. My brake lines? How does that even happen? Because this convenience aspect. Think about it like this, right? Type in your credit card information right here for me and send it off to some people that you have never met. Tell that to somebody in like the early 2000s, before like or late 1900s, early 2004, like the dot-com bubble and the internet and Amazons and all that type of stuff. What? Why would I give you my information like that? And now we volunteer it willingly to get things. For those of you that have been applying to jobs, never let anyone have your social security number. But you be needing social security numbers to even apply for certain things. Hey, you want a camera in your house? Back in the days when we went outside and played kickball and wall ball and all that type of stuff. When we actually just put electricity, the only things we had were video games or outside. So now it's like but go ahead and ask these people nowadays. Hey, or ask them way back when, early 1900s. Hey, you want a camera everywhere you go? A camera and a microphone in every room that you're in? Well, that sounds kind of creepy, don't you think? But look where we are now. I'm literally talking into a camera and a microphone that's literally in my pocket. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if a random app knew where you were at all times? No. That sounds terrible. But yet, when we use like you be opening up your calendar and it'd be like, does this app have permission to utilize your location? What? It's a calendar. Why do you need my location? May we have access to your microphone and camera? This is a notepad app on my phone. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? These small, incremental changes that have been going on over the course of history, really, but let's just keep it within our generation from the 90s to now. What the fuck happened? Don't get me wrong, I always know this is where we ruffle feathers, but y'all know where I'm at. It's like, we've always had gay people, we've always had transgenders, we've always had the whatever. But there's a song I was listening to by Daylight, and I'm gonna refer to it again, but it's called King Queen, or King Queen, something like that. And like, we're in the day now where we're men. Yes, queen! We have queens, we have women out here that are born with breasts, but to look in the way that they want to look, they will literally strap up their breasts to make themselves look more like men, to go pleasure women with fake male phalluses. Don't get me wrong, get it where you live, you know what I'm saying? Cool, do you. Live your truth, but I'm just wondering, why? We have men that are so emotionally unstable. And I'm not even talking about just rambunctious like the thugs out here, because they're just as emotionally unstable as these soy boys out here. You say something, hey, I don't like your shirt. Oh my God, well, your shirt's ugly. You wore that shirt yesterday. The fuck? Why do you care, bro? You a dude. Why y'all up in my business? Oh, let's see what this newest rapper, I'm sorry, and I don't like to name drop and shit like this, but there's certain people I look at, I'm like, what is your role in this? But DJ Academics, people like him, you're a whole man and all you do is talk about rap gossip. That's some real feminine behavior. Because who were the gossip tabloids for back in the days? Oh, yeah, the women. Because women talk, women gossip. That's just part of their nature. They talk. That's what they do. Women find out something about Susie from accounting, then Tanya in legal is going to know about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do. And now we got men that can't hold secrets no more. Hey, yo, bro, I'm telling you this in confidence. Yo, we bro code? All right, cool. Hey, yo, listen. I've been feeling a certain type of way about Tanya. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been thinking about her, bro, but like I just don't know how to express it. You know what I'm saying? But don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Then all of a sudden, the one dude that you told in confidence, you walk around the office and say, hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, you trying to get with Tanya, bro? Hey, yo, let me help you out, man. How do you know my business? Because we got, and like how rappers be saying, you know, we got men out here gossiping like bitches, using the rapper terminology. It's a strange world where kings are acting like queens and queens are acting like kings, and y'all wondering why things are messed up because you're in the wrong position. In my field of work, I work in the field, I work outside. That's like putting me, someone that likes to get their hands dirty, likes to just like be out here, likes to be able to walk around in the fields, likes to deal with the elements, likes the mental challenge of it, and you stick me in front of a computer. Likewise, you put the person at the computer, the person that's used to going home every single day, the person that's used to the air conditioning, the person that's used to the panini maker and the snacks and the free snacks and the luncheons and stuff in the field where they don't have none of that. Both of us are out of our element. King and queens are not directly equivalent. Both of their roles are just as important, but they are not equivalent. A king does this stuff. A queen does this stuff. But with this silence and this obedience and this convenience, women have now been introduced into a world that was made by men for men. I've said this multiple times. There are certain jobs that men and women should not have. A woman, first of all, why would you even want to? Why would your woman want to be a security guard? Okay, we got freaking Kimbo Slice, rest in peace. Kimbo Slice wants to steal a MacBook from the store. You are a buck 10 soaking wet. What are you gonna do to Kimbo Slice? Call more help? You're the security. You're supposed to stop people from stealing stuff. He's gonna lift you up, put you over here, and go about his business, assuming things go nicely. A woman shouldn't be fighting. That's not y'all's domain to be fighting physically. That's literally our job. Likewise, a man should not be a gynecologist. Why am I telling you about your vaginal health when I got a penis and two balls dangling between my legs? I don't have what you have. But I have my doctorate from such and such, so I'm very qualified. You're not qualified. You literally do not have the pieces necessary. You don't know what it is to have a vagina. You got diagrams and figures and videos, and you think you know enough about the vagina to tell a woman about it? This is the world we live in. Because equality, no, your role in society should be equally appreciated. But equality does not mean come on over here and do what I do. That's not equal. That's kind of like, like that's the equivalent of, yo, I got it. You're shoveling a hole and you're starting to break a sweat and someone tries to grab the shovel from you and dig the hole yourself. That's what women are trying to do these days. And I'm not saying the women that know and understand this. I'm talking about these feminazis out here, these feminists. It's not feminist, you're a feminazi. You're going way too far because you don't understand boundaries. That's the equivalent. Y'all come over here. We're trying to dig our hole. Anybody, no, let me do it. And you're trying to take the shovel away from us so you can do it yourself. And you get mad when there's a clapback from men. We're sitting here looking at you like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not for you. I want to do this. This makes me feel good to do. And you are taking that away from me. Well, I'm not going to be here, be a slave. So you want to be a man? You think you could be a man better than a man could be? Now, I'm not going to lie. Some of y'all can, the way that's looking out here. You know what I'm saying? But these have been the images that have been projected on us over and over. We've been bombarded and bombarded with it. And when you go out here and say that it's a population control agenda, then you are homophobic, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're all this type of stuff. So you're telling me that soy products do not mess with your testosterone and estrogen levels in your body. Please, just tell me that is not the case. And how soy is an incredibly cheap product. So you're filling yourselves with a cheap product. So you get what you pay for, right? Oh, but it's a meat alternative. Just because they put it on your menu doesn't mean you need to be putting it in your mouth. The misinformation out here, speaking of which, like we are now letting people tell us what is and is not correct information. But I know we're out here making the misinformation board or whatever from people that he's going to pick. So if he doesn't like the message, or well, we can't trust him to make decisions. But it's like if his organization, if his people don't like certain things, then they're going to call it misinformation, and then they're going to strike everything that you say. And we're just okay with that because this man's allowed to walk up to us and that's what this is. Why do y'all refuse to break out of this corral that you have been trapped in? You are being lied to at every single freaking angle. We've been donating our money to cancer research for how long, and they still haven't figured it out? If you were an investor, see, this is the other thing. A lot of people still have a lack mentality, a servant mentality. The slave, the worker, the cog in the wheel mentality. So you don't think like a leader. You don't think like a manager. You don't think like someone that can make their own decisions. So let me break it down for you. If you were to give Joe Schmo $100 to let's just say $100, you're going to pay him well to cut your grass. You got a lot of land. You cut your grass, right? $100. And he takes 4 months to do it. You can be like, wait, yo, bro, I gave you $100. Why is my grass not cut? We've been funding cancer research for how many decades now? How many millions, billions of dollars have gone to cancer research and they still ain't figured shit out? But we got people like Dr. Sabi, Layla Africa, Yaki Awakening, amongst others. They're out here saying, yo, just change your diet. But see, we have that convenience that's been destroying us. How did I gain all this weight? Well, let me just go on Uber Eats and just shop from my phone. Let's see, let's get, you want Thai? Let's get Thai. I'm feeling kind of guilty today. I'm gonna get some Mexican too, so Thai and Mexican. I can get everything. You gotta do the fat man woman voice with that shit. You can now make yourself fat, and you can now poison yourself from your phones now. At least back in the day, you had to go out there and get it. There was no delivery. Way back in the day, you had to go out there and get everything yourself or make it yourself. But now we're conspiracy theorists and weirdos if we ask you, why don't your grapes have seeds? Grapes don't have seeds. What are you talking about? Then how did the first grapevine grow? Where did it come from? So if the you eat an apple. You eat an apple, it grew from a tree. That tree came from a seed. Therefore, the fruits of it will then be allowing it to reproduce. So if these things are growing off of these, where's the seed on these things? How, if this grape were to go unplucked and fall into the ground, how could it go out there and reproduce itself? You're eating genetically modified foods. And you're wondering why we have all these health ailments, because we're eating unnatural things. When things are inharmonious, think of nails on the chalkboard, inharmonious sounds. That's something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh God, everyone hates that sound. Or like a chair being dragged across the ground. You hate stuff like that because it's not harmonious. But when you go outside and you just hear the birds chirping, that's harmonious. It makes you feel good. You're eating inharmonious foods. And you're wondering why your body is reacting a certain type of way. You're wondering why your body is diseased. You're wondering why your body isn't working the way it does. You're wondering why you sit down for 30 minutes and you fall asleep, because your liver's fucked up. Your liver is supposed to provide you with at least 8 hours of reserve energy. You're not supposed to get tired sitting still. Just sitting here, No, you're supposed to be sitting here and just sit here and think. I mean, oh, you're just young, you don't understand. No, you've been poisoning your body since you were a young lad, and now it's catching up with you. That is why I do not believe 90, 100 years old is a long life. People are like, once again, we always go back to the Bible. For those of you that think the Bible is literal, what happened? So-and-so lived for 800 years. So-and-so lived for 400. So-and-so lived for 200. So-and-so lived for 1,000 years. So-and-so. So if you are a person of the Bible, what happened from then to now? Oh yeah, we have poisons on everything, even vegans. You know, if you buy your food from the store, like they might say organic, and sure, some of them are. You know, you can only do your best these days until you start growing your own food. But then even if you grow your own food, there's poisons that are being leached from the sky into the soil anyway. The soil itself, all over the place, has been sapped of its nutrients. Things like we just have grasslands and open spaces and stuff. These grasslands and open spaces are supposed to be thriving with different types of life. But now we're just used to freaking little critters running around. Maybe like it's a crazy occurrence if we see a deer, and you lose your goddamn mind if you see something that you don't typically see, like a moose. The big animals are gone because they are a threat to us little humans. They're a threat, so we have to get rid of them. Why? They reminded you. Why? How? You have to think about this. How do we find out? I don't know the plural of this, but hippopotamuses, you know, like the hippopotamuses, whatever. How do we find out that they're the most lethal creature in the wild? Oh, because your dumbass wanted to go into their living space, and you had to find out the hard way. Oh, he's so fat and fluffy. I watched Madagascar. That's a funny character. And go do some research on that swirl on Madagascar, or whatever her name was, on that character's stomach. Go look at that little swirl. That's not just a belly button. I'm going to leave you to some research on that. This is when you realize, and we're going to touch on that in a little bit. You know, but it's like we had to go find out the heart. Oh, they're so cute and round and fat. They're cute and round and fat, and they weigh a lot, and they will destroy you. But, okay, keep on believing that these cartoons are real and all this type of stuff. Rabbits only eat carrots because we've been seeing Bugs Bunny our entire life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, okay, they eat grass and other stuff too. This is like when you see when you see fail clips, when people are like, what do cows drink? And they say milk. Sure, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, cows don't drink milk. You know what I'm saying? Cats don't necessarily, I mean, they can, but cats don't drink milk. Every living thing needs water. But because we've been so dumbed down, because we put such an importance on our schools, then all of a sudden we think we know everything because of what somebody else taught us. But haven't we learned things from our own parents? Love them or hate them. It's like, haven't we learned things from our parents that was just wrong? Incorrect? Didn't they learn that from their school? So wait. So things that we are being taught in schools can be wrong? These celebrities out here are not who we say they are. They're characters. You know what I'm saying? We got Robert Downey Jr. and we got Tony Stark. The actor and the character. We got Robert Downey Jr., a regular dude. Cut him, he bleeds. Make him emotional, he'll cry. You know what I'm saying? You put him in camera with CGI and Hollywood magic, and now he's an action hero. And we think that the same thing is not being done by the same industry called rappers and the entertainment industry. We think that these rappers and these singers and all of you think that everything is just, oh, they worked hard and they got their break. You don't find it interesting. Once again, there was a video that I recorded, and this might throw me on a different tangent, but hopefully I keep it together. But there was a video that I recorded. I record a lot of videos, and some of them, they just don't feel right, so I don't upload them. But there was a term that made it into my world called slut, or not a term, but like a phrase, like slut me out. And when I heard that for the first time, like, now I know I'd be late to shit all the time because I live in my own little world. I heard that when I was like, this is what us young people are talking about, slut me out. And there was like a phrase, like I like to use like little things I hear, but like it was like a funk flex. It was a Tyler the Creator freestyle on the Funk Flex show, whatever. And then like Tyler said some pausable things, and then Funk Flex was like, "Yo, what made you go with that verse?" So just like how women say that they want some freaky deaky stuff going on, they say, like I say the same thing. What makes it like, okay, you can express yourself sexually, that's fine. But why'd you have to go with those particular words? And I might circle back to that, but let me get back to my point. So the same thing is being said, like, wait, so these music videos that these rappers and singers and whatever are doing, and they over here drinking blood, they over here twerking on the devil. You know what I'm saying? They over here doing all this type of stuff, and you don't find that to be a little strange? Yes, I guess some people could do it for the art, and some people to do it to promote a message, but some people just be doing it just to do it. And I'm like, you thought that was by accident. You think these rappers from these big labels have control over their content. Once you realize that these rappers are slaves to their contracts, their oaths, I want y'all to go look at something. Go find a clip. And I know some of y'all aren't rappers, but you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be into this culture to understand this, or a hip-hop fan. But look at body language. Go look at the clip of when Rick Ross signed Meek Mill. They're at like a table or something. He like signed it. And you see the mannerisms that Rick Ross is doing. He's like, damn, I done fucked over another one, but I have to play my part. He signed it. So, hey, welcome to the team, man. Didn't even want to do that to you because you were a good one. You ain't stupid, but gotta do it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to love ASAP Rocky, and don't get me wrong, I don't care if you're gay, I don't even care if you're demonic, because y'all know my past when it comes to, like, all the type of stuff I be having in my head. But, like, at the same time, though, you gotta look at people sideways. When you have, I've used this example multiple times, it's not a purse, it's a satchel. Tyler, the Creator, I mean, I think he openly came out as gay. There's nothing wrong with that. But, like, it's just like, you come out as gay, but then this hardcore thug rapper all of a sudden is wearing purses and satchels. Go look at his old stuff where he's sagging his pants, being gangster, because sagging your pants as a man, having your butt cheeks hanging out, is a very heterosexual, masculine thing, apparently, but whatever. And then over the course of time, now he's like wearing scarves over his head, like the women in the old school advertisements and stuff, like the little, not the bonnets, but the little scarf over the head thing. I don't know exactly what to call it, but y'all know what I'm saying. And wearing purses and satchels, wearing skirts and shit. Young thug. Like, once again, I'm not saying, like, I'm not one of those dudes that say being gay is wrong, but you a hardcore rapper that's fucking all these bitches. I'm starting to wonder who your bitches are, because there is that viral clip of him having gay porn in the room. So, like, wait a minute, who are these rappers that we think are hardcore? That made me question too. Like, why we think, I know we're going way off, but whatever, we here now. It's that really makes me question why our rap music is so hypersexualized. Because we got a whole bunch of men trying to gain their masculinity back. Yeah, I fuck women, just women, right? Yeah, I fuck women. Yeah, I get a lot of them. I'm better than you because I get women. Knowing what you had to do to get that deal. Go look up dude from B2K, and they would have like that World Star clip where they were talking about how so-and-so poked them in the butt. Go look at that. This is common practice. Some of your most hardcore thug rappers have gone through this. Some of your hardcore thug rappers, and like your singers, songwriters, all this type of stuff. There's a reason why, there's a way that you move up in the entertainment industry. If they're a household name, what I have to ask is, how did they get there? How did they get there? What did they have to do in order to get to that point? I'll leave y'all to your own research. But I'm going to call out a specific name, Taylor Swift. First of all, you look at her, and I'm just like, you're not human. But there's also the fact that, how does she keep winning? All these things. All of her songs sound like Emily from up the street. Emily from up the street could have made half of these songs. They sound regular. They sound normal. But she's winning award after, what time is it? Okay, cool. She's winning award after award after award after award. I'm like, what is it that you're doing to win all of these? Because these awards are not what they are at face value. The red carpet. That red carpet looks like a channel of red, almost like a river of blood. The blood sacrifices that these people make. The people have to sign their names in blood. It gets deep in this industry. And I say all this because it's evident, because it should be looking straight up demonic. What is that? Good cushion alcohol. Like that song. And then go look at Lil Wayne. in that video. First of all, go look at that whole video. I think that's the song. But they're like, go look at that video. You got girls all contortioning in the freaking cages and stuff. Lil Wayne has horns and like the little split tongue as if he's like a reptilian. I saw a clip, and I don't abide by much of the stuff that's going on in today's world, but like it was a Meg Thee Stallion, and she's laying in like a black serpent bed with like the red sheets and all this black and red and demonic shit. And you think that's by accident? You think these random rappers, like when what was it, Martin Lawrence? He was like there was like a part where they were like people were trying to make Martin Lawrence look like he was crazy, and they tried to do to ruin his image because he started to realize some stuff. One of the things especially in the black community that you need to be aware of is the dress. The dress. This is something that is symbolic. This is a humiliation ritual that you have to do in order to get bigger, to get higher levels in the ranks. The dress. Medea, Tyler Perry, Martin Lawrence, Big Mama's house. I'm pretty sure Tracy Morgan in The Longest Yard. Go Google everything I'm saying and look how humiliating that is. And look, though, how they're the names that are on Entertainment Tonight. But the people that really ain't about that stuff, you don't know about Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about the real rappers with real skill. You know about the ones that may have a little bit of skill, but also did those oaths, did those initiations. I go to college, it was like in that King Lowe's freestyle, I always refer back to it. He was talking about, it's kind of crazy how, historically black colleges pledge Greek. Why are you a black person, so-called black person, pledging Greek? And then he said, it's not in your favor. It's just a sick, ritualistic nature. Don't you have to go through a hazing process in whatever Greek organization you go through? Don't you have to get paddled and oh yeah, I'm in blah, blah, blah. I'm a Sigma Phi Tau Theta. Yeah, I'm a brother. So I'm going to pull my pants down and let my brother spank me. But once you do all this initiation and stuff and you find out that your professors are brothers, then that's when your grades just start to raise up out of nowhere. That's when you get these connections. That's when, hey, you should come to this gathering that we're having, because they're taking you up the ranks. I went through this. I saw it firsthand. I saw it firsthand. The same initiations that they do in these fraternities and these secret societies are the same things that they do in the entertainment industry. To move up in the ranks, you have to do some crazy stuff. They play with you in college, get you to eat something, get you to do what's called the elephant walk. Look it up. This is something that was done on my campus. Look up the elephant walk and tell me that they are not implanting homosexual inputs into our society. Once again, if you were just born gay, then whatever, live your truth, ignore me. But you have to understand that there's some people that are just doing some stuff and they regret it. Why all these rappers be getting all these rappers that start off normal? And don't get me wrong, I love tattoos, I love the ink, and I'm not saying that every single rapper is doing this, but it's they start off normal, they're doing this, but then they start to rise, and all of a sudden they get this bad boy image. It's because once again, you're trying to regain your masculinity. And now we have these young boys growing up looking at you, not knowing the things that you did. But you can't hide it. Oh, wait, they can. They're called sunglasses. People, they say eyes are the windows to the soul. But go look at P. Diddy. Go look at Rick Ross. And go find the images of them. Go look at them with their glasses off, and then look at them with the glasses on. When they have those glasses off, they don't even look like they have a soul anymore, because they become the gatekeepers. This might sound crazy and conspiracy. I know I lost most people already because I be getting long-winded, but whatever. This is why I leave this stuff to the end, because people don't make it this far. They're the gatekeepers. You have to go through them. They're the ones that sign. If you get that cosign from so-and-so, then you good. And we're just okay with this because it's convenient. Oh, they're entertaining. Oh, I like that song. I like that. But you're not seeing this type of stuff that they're doing. Usher lived with P. Diddy when he was 13 years old. Go look at some of those interviews. And lastly, like, get off the conspiracy kick. Not conspiracy kick, but like go look into why Bernie Mac didn't make it. There's certain people that I've never trusted. And it's like, number one, like Cedric the Entertainer. I never found him funny. I was like, how is he still relevant? How is he's not funny? He's just a side character. People like Steve Harvey. Dude's not funny. And all he does is pander. All he does is kiss ass and then act like he's important. I'm like, you're an ass kisser. That's why you got to where you are. And then this is what I say, all this on purpose, because I didn't get too off track. I'm bringing it back with this one. I'm not scared to point these things out because I'm not afraid of being silenced. You ban the video, you ban my account. Guess what? You just made it obvious. If I die by mysterious circumstances, like Elon Musk, put that tweet out. Hey, if I go out, don't get me wrong, I think he's part of the problem. I don't trust that Neuralink thing worth a damn. But it's like, nevertheless, it's like people that are going against some of the messages that they want people to go out here and do. It's like, it's like you're making it obvious, and they're showing their hand more and more and more, and more people are waking up to this. Stay in your little box and think these are clouds. Stay in your little box. Ignore that. Ignore the fact that the sun is beating y'all down more and more and more. Oh, yeah, white people about to get taken off this planet. No. Yo ass too, because you ain't been doing what you're supposed to be doing. Everybody's losing their minds that aren't on the right frequency. People that aren't on the same frequency as this message have already clicked off. You see why I leave things to the end of my videos on purpose? For all three of you that made it this far, shout out to you. Because you're ready for information. You're ready to learn. Even if you agree or disagree, you're willing to hear. You're open-minded to new information. And then you are going to have the intellect and personal responsibility to go out there and research it for yourself. Say bad things about Big Pharma, you get shut down. Say things about the music industry, they shut down. What's the big thing behind them? They are multi-billion dollars, if not trillion-dollar industries. And you think that they don't have money to go shut you up? See, the thing is, it's like, there's that old saying, that old adage that, like, we don't die, we multiply. You can kill one of us, and then you're going to piss off 20. If, like, let's just say I die right now. I'm going to piss off 20 people, and 20 people are going to start to speak up because, like, yo, he was talking about, and he said, you go ahead and kill yourself on Malcolm X, on Martin Luther King. There's some sketchy stuff about Martin Luther King. But it's like, you go look at, because once again, there's a reason why there's signs of them and all this type of stuff. But that's neither here nor there. But nevertheless, Malcolm X said, yo, I'm ready to step. You know what I'm saying? Go kill him and then go look what happens. You now immortalized him. Martin Luther King, you immortalize him. Because you make us die off as martyrs. I told you in one of my videos from the early, you can kill me if you want to. You just gonna just have like a whole light bomb that hits this planet, and then you ain't gonna be able to control nothing after me. This I may be a small little voice on YouTube because of numbers and stuff, but in my grand scheme, in my role, this is just a vessel. One of my songs, it almost sounds like a Nelson Mandela, but like I have to actually look up. But it was at the end. I think it was actually called Martyrs. Mick Jenkins, beautiful. The Waters mixtape. If you haven't, very very amazing album, or like mixtape EP, whatever. But it was like at the end of it, he's like, pretty much whoever they had speaking was like, you've done everything. By the age of 17, you've done everything that you could do to me. There's nothing else you can do to me. This is just my body. This is just my vessel. Chop it up, shoot it, burn it. Don't matter. We gonna come back. And then with every single one of us that drops, white, black, Asian, whoever's speaking the truth that they try to silence and make us disappear. That's just a drop in the cosmic bucket. And that bucket's about to overflow. You see what I'm saying? But we can't get there if we are scared to speak. We can't get there if we just take these comforts of modern society, these phones in our hands that can track our every move, these phones that can control our thoughts, this equipment that is here to lower us down. Right in front of me right now, there's like electrical lines. We don't want to acknowledge the fact of how primitive that is. I mean, we have wireless charging for our phones. You telling me that we can't figure out wireless charging for our power grid? What do you do when you try to capture like a bunch of fish? You send out a net. The network, the internet, the things that capture all of our attention like fish. That's all we do. We live in a power grid. What were to happen if that grid were to go down? What were to happen if all those artificial radio waves were to cease? What happens with all those Wi-Fi waves? What happens when all that 5G? What happens when all this other stuff that we're not even aware of gets shut down? Y'all seen that the King Kong versus Godzilla when he threw that harpoon up at the so-called sky and the sky cracked, and then the image, the whole little machine that they had broke because he knew what it was. That time is coming. It's coming. When y'all start to see a whole bunch of stuff in the sky, when y'all start to question things in the sky, when people are holding these phones, these devices up to the sky, you're going to start to notice some things happening up there. And that's just the beginning. We're here. We, as a collective, are here to told you. We're here to learn you something. I like to go off like this. I like to go off the beaten path because some people find it entertaining and some people are just sitting there, well, damn, when you put it like that. It's not the way that I put it like that. That's just what is. I just had to speak it in a way that made sense to everybody. You see how we talk about certain stuff and we elevate in the level of consciousness through the end. You know, by the end, first we talk about regular stuff, easy stuff, and then we crescendo, musical term. We grow our voice. We grow the level of consciousness by the end of the video. That's what we need to do. But the sheeple out there, the people that have the tiny attention spans, the people that need all their information quick within seconds because they can't make it into a 2-minute video, a 5-minute video, a 10-minute video, they're living in the corral. They're the ones that can't think for themselves. They're the ones that they are told what to do at every single walk of their life. And they always talk about rebellion and speaking out and this and that, but they never do it. They talk the talk. They even talk the talk. They don't even talk the talk in private. But I'm here putting my face and my image and my channel on the line. I don't care about this. I'll make another one and start over from scratch and I'll still keep winning. You can't stop me. You can't stop us. My job, our job, for those of us that are here, the light workers of the world are here to assist in the awakening that's about to happen. It's time. And we're waking up more and more and more and more. Even my grandma's starting to notice like the weather. She's like, this weather is weird. How is it 90 degrees one day and 60-something degrees the next? My grandmother, who's gone through all the super dense time of limited information, is now asking stuff. You know, my mom be asking questions and she be noticing. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit more pushback with her, but nevertheless, my dad, he tries. Love you, Dad. You know, but like he be like, I'm listening. Like I'm convinced my dad knows more than he's letting off. You know, there's no way that you do what you do and you don't know some of the things that I know. That's crazy. How do I know some of the things that you didn't even teach me? But it's about your stuff. How do I know that and you don't? Okay, you really good because that's where I get it. I get really good at playing dumb. I'm a king at playing dumb. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my mom, shout out to dad, shout out to grandma, grandpa. Once again, Uncle Rel, Chanel, and all my other family. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to all of y'all. Things are getting real out here. They are. Some of us are fazed by this, and some of us are not. Some of us are caught off guard by all the changes and the new information that's becoming readily available to us. And some of us are just, yeah, we knew that. We tried to tell you that 3 years ago, but all right. You know, everything is marked off as you're crazy or you're a conspiracy theorist. There's no inner earth. So that sinkhole though, that sinkhole that opened up with a whole ecosystem of forest underground. So if that's now the case, well, that's just one. You just said that there's no inner earth, and now that there's quite literally like widespread mainstream evidence of inner earth, and you don't want to believe that. You just, oh, that's just a one-off occurrence. How many coincidences before it's a scientific fact? There are no aliens. There's no life out there on Earth. So you think of these billions and billions and billions of stars and galaxies, solar system, universes, all this type of stuff. You think that we're the only life? How stupid do you have to be? We are living in what is called the firmament. We are living in what is like literally a snow globe. The moon landing was not real. That was in New Mexico. It was not real. It was New Mexico. Well, how would they fake that? How would they? Have you not seen Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter? It's called CGI. They've had that for a while. It was a lot easier to trick people nowadays, but now we can tell. We have more of a vision now. We can see through the Hollywood spell of computer graphics, CGI. It was fake. Everything that we've been taught is a lie. Everything we've been taught is fake. You know what I'm saying? That video that's been going around, that big ass mass flying through space on the from NASA's website, from NASA's International ISS International Space Station live feed. There was some shit that they weren't quite ready for. Yeah, we've just been showing them the whole lot of nothing that's going on here. We found the least populated area of space, so we keep telling people there's nothing out there. And then it just cruises on by. And then all of a sudden, when that thing cruises by, we're having technical difficulties. Y'all still believe that? We're having technical difficulties when, like, you know, like an anchor person like quits on set. We're having technical difficulties. You're still believing that technical difficulties thing? It's just so convenient when things that go off script come up, then technical difficulties happen. Think about this type of stuff, man. Once again, people go down these rabbit holes and they lose their damn minds. Understand that the truth is going to hurt. My video that I have like set to upload tomorrow, like, well, you know, whatever, not dating my video, but whatever. It's like called Truth Be Told and some other stuff. I might tweak the title a little bit, but Truth Be Told, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's the day we're in. I don't know what else you want me to say. Oh, you want me to keep on going? Till the next one. Peace, man.